Hi there, folks. I'm Capt Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. Early in the morning, right before daylight, we've been coming over here to the old barge docks and working this edge on these pilings and these rocks. There have been trout. There have been a good school of redfish hanging out through here. There have been keeper reds, and there have been oversized reds. Same deal out here in front of Fina docks. All this edge up against these granite rocks. There have been redfish hanging through here. More bulls up here in the front, but there have been some slot reds also. If you come on the other side of this little rock pile that extends out and come on the backside, there have been also redfish on the backside in that back little cove. So great areas early in the morning or late part of the evening. We've been throwing from piggy perch to live shrimp to any of your cut baits. There's also been a pretty good school of redfish along the point of Lillian Channel, all through here, all the way to the Lighthouse. There have been a pretty good school just going back and forth. You'll see quite a few boats in there. Try not to, push your way in there. If you'll just set up and patiently wait for them, the school will come out in front of you. So there have been a pretty good school right here in front of the lighthouse. If you go further down and work these entrances of these cuts or these little coves that go in along the Lillian, there have been redfish hanging out through here mixed in with speckled trout. Like I said, piggy perch has been the ticket, live mullet, cut ladyfish. If you catch, ladyfish or skipjack, cut them up, into your chunks and set them out there. A lot of times I won't use a weight or anything. I'll just kind of free line them under a number 5 Kell hook, and that's been working the best. Also, if you come back down towards Corpus Christi Bayou, shell bank on the outside, there's also been some black drum mixed in with redfish up tight. If you stay out in that 3 foot of water and you're throwing piggy perch or croaker, then you're likely to get speckled trout. So this area all along from shell bank all the way down to big cut, there have been fish on the outside. You can use your trolling motor. You can slowly troll, and that's been working real good to find the school, find the fish that are moving. If you come into big cut and you come back around in these little potholes back here in the back of Trailer Island, there have been redfish through here. There's been a lot of bait, a lot of mullet, and we've been throwing cut baits through here. We've been throwing live piggy perch. We've been finding pretty decent redfish back here in the back. Even on the other side of Big Bayou in this shallower water, there have been pretty good redfish also, all up by the mangroves. They've been tight. As the sun comes up and the sun gets a little higher, then they push out in these deeper little potholes out here in the flats. But first thing in the morning, they are pretty tight. Just kind of check your tide, see where they're at, and kind of let you know where you need to be at. Out here on the old terminal and towards the Klondikes, this area been holding redfish and black drum. Live baits or cut baits have been working well. One day they want piggy perch, next day they want cut mullet or live mullet. So great areas to be targeting right now. The redfish are starting to school up. So if you find one, usually you'll find more. So just kind of be conscientious of where your tides are at. Also, if you come through Morris Cummins Cut and get back here on the back of El Reef, there have been some fish through here. Later part of the afternoon, the tides have been going out. The reefs have been kind of showing themselves, and pretty good bite all through on these oyster reefs. Same way on this backside of South Bay right here. These reefs that stick out right through here, there have been redfish also hanging around them reefs. So take your time, have plenty of bait. Once you find the fish, you should be able to get your box that you're looking for. Seemed like later part of the afternoon, especially we've been having northeast winds. Later part of the afternoon, the edge of South Bay's been working real well. There's a reef that comes out right through here on this edge, and the redfish and black drum been kind of holding out through here. Live shrimp, dead shrimp, live mullet, live piggy perch. Also been catching a few trout over here on Big Grassy. So this area in South Bay, especially when the tide goes out, it's been holding pretty decent fish. If you come back around and you come over here into the Y channel, this area through here, when the tide does go out later part of the afternoon, there have been black drum and redfish hanging out through here. So, you know, just kind of see where your tides are at, and that kind of determines where I'm going to be. Over here into Island Moorings, there have been some black drum hanging on the edges from marker 18 all the way down to 24 to where it makes this bend right through here. On this edge on the south side, there have been black drum pods hanging there. If you come through the S channel, this little S curve through here, there's oyster reefs on both sides. When the tide's going out, the redfish and black drum been kind of holding out there also. If you come to the back of Island Moorings, up by these houses and these docks, this area's been holding some black drum. You can actually see the school. If you get up on your console, get up high where you can actually look down and look along them pilings, you'll see the schools of black drum. There's also been some sheephead hanging around there. So those of you that can find some fiddler crabs or buy some blue crab and break them up and use them just free lining and work the edge of these pilings. Those of you that like the sheephead fish, there have been some pretty decent sheephead back here in Island Moorings. Right out here in front of the El Reef, live shrimp spin the ticket. We have been picking up black drum, redfish, and speckled trout. Pretty much free lining all of this. Now, if you do want to put on a little 1/8 ounce weight right on top of a number 3 Kell hook, that has been working just as well. I like working the little cuts that come in to the marina. These little points have been holding pretty decent fish. The further away that you get from them rocks, then the chances of catching speckled trout out here a little deeper have been working. So this area through here has been working pretty well for speckled trout. If you come out towards New Oasis, this little shallow reef right through here, they have been holding redfish, speckled trout, and a few black drum been hanging out there also. Underneath the bridge, underneath these pilings, there have been black drum, speckled trout, primarily underneath the bridge. So those of you that like to kayak fish, well worth it. Those of you in boats that can get out here on these sunken timbers for the old bridge, that have been holding speckled trout also. So this area through here been working real well. Out here at the wells in Corpus Christi Bay, there's been still a lot of speckled trout out here using live shrimp. You can also use piggies or croaker. Free lining everything out here. Black drum have been out here also. There's been some oversized redfish. There's been still a few sharks out here. If you'll just work each one of these wells, work one side. If you don't get them on one side, get on the other side. That's how I usually do it. And some of these wells do have rock piles off of them. So if you get your fish finder and see which way the rock piles extend off them wells and work them rock piles, this is a good area to catch them. Like I said, there's also a lot of sand trout. Those of you that like to catch sand trout, they are numerous out here right now. So still a lot good fish out here. This cooler weather coming on and the water temperature starting to drop a little bit, it's even going to get better. So all of y'all, have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monte Graham.